So now, Lakeem, when we talk about this black community that's over there, you said in Honolulu, where you said, Zach? We be down in Waikiki. Come on now, right? Now, when you go and see our community down there, are they keeping the commandments? You don't know?
When I see our community,
yeah. We keep, what commandments we keep, Lakeem? It varies. Ain't no variance in there, right? Oh. When you see our community, right? Do we do like in Kalihi, right? Let's just say Kalihi. Does anybody do anything illegal? There's no variance there. You just knew that, right? So now when we talk about our community, huh? But I'm saying there wasn't no hesitation in your response. Cool. Gotcha. I'm just saying there wasn't no hesitation. There wasn't no variance in your answer. There wasn't saying, well, there's stipulations. No, people is not keeping the laws of the land, right? So now when I ask you, are people keeping the laws of the Bible, that should be a lot easier to keep eyes on because you said you in the community. When you go to Waikiki, you see our people keeping the commandments of God. That should be a lot easier to get eyes on. It's not near as many laws in the Bible as there is in America. Not even close. So when we go to Waikiki and Honolulu, wherever we are in the island, is our people as a community keeping the commandments? I'm gonna give you a hint. Give me Exodus chapter 20 verse 8.
The book of Exodus.
Because this might not be something that you're used to discussing about. So you might not have the talking points ready, right? Get Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Now, so are our people as a community remembering the Sabbath day and keeping it holy? Okay, he said, you saying yes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you said they're going to church?
I see them in church.
You see them in church, right? Like that church over there? Or maybe the church up there, or the ones that further up there, like 4 of them that's up there, right? I believe there's a church over there behind this project building over there. Right? Oh yeah, there's 2 right across the street. You can still see the steeple up there, right? So those are the places, right? Keep reading. Exodus 20 and verse 8. Keep reading.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So we got to keep that day holy. Go ahead.
Verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So our people got 6 days to do all their labor, all their work. Go ahead.
But the 7th day.
Which day?
The 7th day.
Which day, Lakeem?
7th.
Go ahead.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So on the 7th day, are our people as a community keeping that day holy unto the Lord our God?
I see you in church.
What's the 7th day?
They say that's Sunday.
Who says that?
I'm just saying.
Nobody says that.
Nobody. It's a relative.
Nobody says that, Lakeem.
Right?
Huh? It's not an assumption. It's accuracy.
I'm saying that's because not everybody go to church on Sunday.
Well, if that's the case, right, then they would be correct. Because you're not supposed to go to church on Sunday. You're supposed to be doing it, keeping it holy on the 7th day. What's the 7th day, Lakeem?
Holy day, right?
What day is it of the week so I can identify it?
Well, it depends.
Oh, now it depends. Remember, they're going to have variance. The Lord is not saying variance. He said, keep my statutes. Keep them.
If we're going with the Monday through Sunday deal.
That's not even the first day of the week. That's the first day of the work week. That proves that black people work too much. All they can think about is the work day, right? If I say 3 business days, you're not going to count Saturday or Sunday.
Me, I work every day, so.
You still not going to count Saturday or Sunday, right? And you just proved my point. Saturday is the 7th day of the week. That's facts when you look on the calendar. That's the 7th day of the week. God said we got to keep that day holy, right? For example, today is Saturday. That's easy peasy. When you got a little kid, you teaching them about the days of the week, right? You don't start with Monday. Sunday, when you looking at, you showing them the calendar, they don't go to work, right? That's easy work. Now, if you didn't even know that, or there was variance in your answer, how can we possibly be keeping, as a community, the 7th day holy? It don't depend. It ain't your 7th day. Give me Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2.
Bring it on.
Right? It ain't your 7th day. That's the reason. It might be chuckle worthy now, But you see what happened to us for not keeping God's commandments? Good.
The book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 2.
Right.
And on the seventh day, God ended his work. On the seventh day.
Okay, go ahead.
God ended his work.
God ended his work. Go ahead.
Which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day.
He rested on the seventh day, Lakeem. Go ahead.
From all his work, which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day.
Which he blessed the what?
The seventh day.
Did it vary or did he bless a specific day?
And God blessed the seventh day.
Right? Read.
And sanctified it.
And he what?
And sanctified it.
And what?
And sanctified it.
Read on.
Because that in it he had rested from all his work.
He sanctified that day because on that day is when he rested. On that day is when he said, I'm done. It's a wrap. Right? So now, are we doing the things that God set before? Because he hallowed that day and sanctified it. Right? He sanctified that day, meaning he made that day special, separate, exclusive, different. Right? There's no variance. Right? Black people love to have variance. We're like, well, you kind of, it's iffy. We can't do that. That's the reason why we have no unity. Because when we get together, everybody can have variance. That's not what unity is. That's a bunch of people just getting in the room. That's not unity. Right? So when it comes to unity, we have to have things that we're bonded to, that we're bound to. You understand? Nobody can say I'm loyal to America and do whatever they want in America. You have to be bound by laws. You understand? So our laws were established to us by God by covenant. Right? And he said, if you don't keep those laws, I'm going to punish you. One of those punishments, you're going to be on slave ships and shipped out. Now that happened to us, the king. That happened to us, right? So now, do you think if we notice that history is true and it's in the Bible, that we should be thinking about how to weasel our way around God's commandments? Or should we be strict on it? Because we know the punishment. Assuming. Absolutely, right? You want to know why? The punishment for it is death. Give me that Romans 6:23. The punishment for breaking God's laws, or which is called sin, is death. So when you look all around the world and you see black people at the bottom of society being killed like they're items, like they're pets, like they're animals, right? I'll give you an example, right? In Hawaii, like they got deer, right? You got to take specialized classes and all these type of stuff, and they got to wait for them to be in season. There's a limitation on how you can kill them and how many you can kill and how you got to prepare it. That's not even such a statute on black people. You can just kill black people and get away with it. That's been getting done forever. Forever. You can actually do it on film, right? So that means the world thinks of us lower than they think of a deer, right? And we're talking about variance. We're talking about, well, maybe the seventh day. That's why we're in the position that we're in. That's why we don't have any unity on the island. And that's why everything that we do amongst each other on a normal basis is superficial. Superficial. The reason why you stopped is because you saw 5 brothers up here. That's rare. That's almost unseen unless they go into the club and doing something debaucherous. Absolutely, we don't see black people in Hawaii, right? Or we actually do, but we don't never see them together. We don't never see them together, right? So that's why we coming out and one of the reasons is because not only do we not have an identity as a people, we also lack our historical understanding of who we are. You understand? And it's in everybody else's benefits to make sure we don't know it. Did you know that? Read what you got real quick. I'm going to show you something.
The book of Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
Sin is breaking God's commandments. He said the payment for that is death. You want to die? Here come the variance. Do you want to die?
I want to.
Do you want to? All right then, right? So the wages of sin is death. Nobody want to die, right? You don't want to die. If you did, just walk out in front of the bus. All right then. Okay. So Lakeem, right? Come on, man. Come on. Nobody just be like, oh, I just want to die. You understand? Right? So God is telling us the way to live is to keep his commandments. However, We say, you know what? I think there's other options, right? I think there's other options. One of the things give me Zephaniah 2:1. Let me show you the instruction that God has given us, right? And things that we can apply to fix our community. Our community needs fixing. Our community needs structure. Our community needs leadership. Men to stand up. You agree with that, Lakeem? Right? Because without those things, we had a young brother come out here talk about how he was bullied, he was depressed. He's 17 years old, and he walk around like a zombie. Like a zombie. A couple years later, he gonna be on drugs. How do we know that? Because we don't got men leading them. We don't got men like yourself, Lakeem, that could be a community leader. Keeping God's laws, teaching their people, teaching your people who they are. Read what you got.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's one of the things our people don't understand. We're not desired, right? We might be desired for sex or a party or something like that. You know what I mean? But we're not desired. No one says, you know what? Hey, I want to switch places with black people in society. You know anybody says that? 100% I know they won't. Why is that, Lakeem?
Black people don't got it like they got it.
Black people don't got it like they got it. That's because of the curses, Lakeem. Give me that in Deuteronomy 28:43. I'm going to show you something, Lakeem. Everything that you saying, right, about our situation is in the Bible as a result of a curse. Get that for me, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43.
Remember, these are the curses that Moses said would happen to his people if they didn't do what? Follow the commandments. Go ahead.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
The strangers that's within them is the other people. The other people, right? He said those people will get above thee very high. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
Very low. Right? Now who wants to swap with that? Who wants to swap places with the people that's very low? Nobody. Nobody. And that's where we are. Read on.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
When you need something, when you need a service, a loan, anything like that, who do you go to? Who do you go to?
The bank.
You go to the bank? Is your people the ones that's in charge of that bank? No, there's not. It should be no hesitation. The answer is no. The answer is no, right? So when you need a loan, when you need services, when you need assistance, you're not getting it from your own people.
Chinese people do.
They got their own specialized zone in the city over there. Chinese people. So when you need money, you can go over there, right? When you need illegal immigration, you can go over there. When you need hoes, you can go over there. You understand? Anything that they need, they can get it over there, whether it be illicit or not. And it's not even looked at as the bottom. You are.
Wow.
It's a whole park over there with dope fiends. You're looked at as the bottom. When you move into the neighborhood, they say, there goes the neighborhood.
Bring it out.
Read on.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
He gonna be the head. Those strangers, they gonna be the head. You gonna be the tail. You gonna be the tail, Lakeem, and that has been our life, even in Hawaii. How long you been in Hawaii, Lakeem?
10 years.
About 10 years. What made you move here? You said 10 years? There's two things, right? Military or a woman? Which one? Which one? Job. Okay, all right. So you came in for a job, right? Is the job that you came here for 10 years ago? Is that what you got right now?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So in the 10 years that you've been here, right? Have you seen other people come across? You got other people, your people working with you? Yeah. Black people.
Here and there, it's a scattered zone.
It's a scattered.
Bunch.
It's not a bunch, right?
Not a bunch.
Why do you think that is?
Not a bunch of us here.
Not a bunch of us. You wasn't here. Lakeem, I want you to see something right here, right? You see what's going on right now behind you? No. Turn the other way, right there. Right?
Right. That's nothing new, right?
It's nothing new. You see how we live? We're not doing that. We just teaching about your history, trying to restore our community with leadership and laws. Right? Us keeping the laws of God benefits everybody else. You want to know why? Because it's going to keep me from robbing somebody's store or the appearance of robbing somebody's store. Get that for me in, I think it's Deuteronomy 4 and 6, right? Deuteronomy 4 and 6, right? I want to show you the benefit of keeping God's laws, especially as a community, right? You learned anything today, Lakeem?
Yeah, I did.
Lakeem, you married?
Saturday's my 7th day.
Absolutely, learning about Saturday being the 7th day. But we also got to keep it holy. We're going to go over that too for you. You married, Lakeem? You got a girlfriend? Okay. You're not dealing with nobody, you just single? Okay, all right. Read that. Is that what I want? Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
That's the commandments. You got to keep and do the commandments. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
This what?
Your wisdom.
It's wise. It's our wisdom. We're not looked at as a wise people right now, Lakeem. We looked at as foolish people, right? You know what they like showing? They like showing black people getting into fights and say, oh, there go the worst demographic, the most violent demographic, especially in Hawaii. Go to the comment section in any news article. If it involves a black person, the comment section going to be on fire. And those are the people you probably work with, the people that smile with you all the time. That's how they feel. They call the cops on you when you learn your history. But it's a dope fiend paradise over there. Dope fiend paradise, right? Read on.
And your understanding.
It's your understanding. Go ahead.
In the sight of the nations.
Before everybody else. So right now the whole world looks at us as idiots. Looks at us as ghetto. Looks at us as nothing. Right? That's because we're not keeping God's commandments. If we don't command no respect. Right?
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.